Hello, and welcome to Crafting in the Dark with Unseen Strands, where I, your host Mo, am visually impaired and will be sharing with you strands of the rest of my life. This is a crochet and fiber arts related podcast. I come to you from Central Iowa, where I live with my 4 boys, my 3 cats, my husband, and our dog. And we have one of the littles with us, and he's watching a movie, so I've tried to turn it down, but we'll see how far I can get into before he completely disrupts this. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and get started. Sorry I had to break away there because, as you can tell, I had a little helper. But I have a lot of spinning mostly to show you, and this isn't just because of Tour de Fleece. I actually started doing this massive spinning back, I think, towards the beginning of June. Leo, please. And so, yeah, so let's get started. So actually, I didn't do this in the order that I'm going to present it. Okay. So one of the first things that I finished in my spinning was I finished this, which was a, I believe it's 4 ounce. It was the Phoenix, which I believe is a merino silk blend from Paradise Fibers in the Phoenix colorway, and I finally finished this. This was at least, I think it was 3 times that I had to get this off of here, and this is in my drop spindle that I got back at Fiberpalooza in 2017, I want to say. I don't even remember now. But I think I started learning in oh no, that would have been 2018. Okay. I had to remember. But that's just a drop spindle that's made on a chapstick with a pretty, like, marble, I think. Not Diz, but whorl on it. So yeah, you'll have to forgive me. And that's been in my lilacs bag, and soon I will be able to put a new project in there. That will be my card project from now on when I forget to bring something else to do. Then we will move on to my next fiber creation, which this is the one that the little guy there was helping me with. And he basically runs the stop and start, which is this pedal here. He enjoyed that, so I just let him do it as much as he wanted to. He didn't help for the entire time, but helped with most of it. And this is 2 different colors of purple. The solid purple, there's a solid purple strand in here that is a purple BFL that was from Paradise Fibers. And the other one is the ultraviolet colorway, which was, I believe, the April 2018? Did I start my boxes in 18? I think so. It was ultraviolet, yeah, because Living Coral was last year, so ultraviolet was the year before that. I believe April had the ultraviolet colorway. That was the Pantone color of the year, so that's why they had that colorway in the merino fiber. And so I spun those 2. There's about 4 ounces of each. I want to say that there wasn't quite, because I ended up only with 6.5, and this is about 400 yards. But I did end up with a lot more of my ultraviolet still. So this will get plied up onto, and there's quite a bit here. So I want to say that the BFL actually probably was closer to 3 ounces than 4, just judging on the fact that I have so much of that ultraviolet left. I did not, I know I'm bad, I did not weigh it first. I probably should, and I need to remember to do that, but of course I keep thinking of that and haven't done it yet. And then I actually completed before that one, but this is another skein. I don't remember if I actually counted this out, but it's another about 6 and that was 6.7 I think, and this is 6.3 ounces or something like that. And that is, again, I have not looked it up. That was a alpaca merino mixed fiber from Paradise Fibers. So currently, all of those have been my Paradise Fibers blends, although hopefully I'll start getting into some other things. But currently, I am also working on Paradise Fibers, and I'm recording this because I'm trying to get to my 24 hours for this one to set, because I just finished it yesterday. So as soon as I'm done recording, I'm going to start spinning this up again. And this is both from the first Paradise Fibers month box, Fiber of the Month box that I got, which was the Alice in Wonderland themed. And we have Through the Looking Glass and, Through the Looking Glass and the Faux Angora, I believe which is just a nylon fiber, but even my 13-year-old said that it was so soft. I'm like, just wait till I apply them together, and hopefully it makes a very lovely fiber blended together. And again, I am kind of focusing on spinning right now because it is Tour de Fleece, which is supposed to run alongside Tour de France, but Tour de France has been postponed because of the pandemic going on, and so I'm doing this with Tour de Fleece. I don't know how much more spinning I'll get done. I have one more project that I've got my eyes on, and then I still have this much fiber still to spin for my sweater spin. That is, if I spin it all. I might try and actually start working on a project now that I have hi baby now that I have I think I have 4 now, 4 or 5 hanks started up. And then and I'm just bouncing around all around here, guys, because I'm trying to get this done quick before I get interrupted too badly. Oh, and I didn't bring over the flannel for this, but I did some more TPP, which is the Preemie projects, and I started making these, which this must be the large. I have the large and the small, and as sad as this is, these are burial buntings. So what will happen, I'm calling these done even though I still have to do the sewing part of it. What will happen, I have this long string here because this will actually sew this up to make a hood, and then you overlap this, and I still have to string a ribbon through, but this is like it suggests, is bunting, is what they call it, for the sad occasions when we lose children in the early stages. So yeah, I have a large and a small, and I was trying to do this in this yarn because I wanted to use it up, but I'm having trouble gauging it because, like, this is a lot bigger than the other one. It was only supposed to be like an inch or two, but this yarn, I cannot predict how it's going to behave once I wash it, and I do want to wash it because I have also 2 bereavement blankets that I have complete, and this is really, really stiff before you wash it, and I can't give someone that without it being washed first because it just really, really needs it. So this is when they're actually washed up. These 2 were the exact same thing, except for this one I've washed and this one I haven't. But yeah, and this one I actually finished in July. I already set off the first one that I finished in June. But yeah, these burial buntings you actually line with flannel, which is the part I still need to do, and I found a remnant of like a baby blue, light blue flannel, so that's going to be my next project in that. And I think I kind of need to find a needle for sewing, and I think I'm going to try and hand sew it, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, those are my current projects for the Preemie project, and I have one more because I decided, since I can't tell how that yarn's going to behave, sorry guys, since I can't tell how that yarn's going to behave, I'm going to go ahead and just continue to make these bereavement blankets. These have all been made out of yarn that I was gifted. That is the Red Heart Baby TLC in the color white. And the burial buntings I actually made with an H crochet hook, and then the blankets I've been making with a G, which I really like making the stuff with the G. I just like how it comes out. And I have them in my Puppies and Kitties bag, which is a Kalisha from the Quirky Monday podcast made bag, but I actually got it from Rel of the Dabbling Hook. And because it is in my Rel bag, the bag I got from Rel, I do have my Rel stitch marker from the Dabbling Hook on that project. And I don't know why that stitch marker always ends up on the things that go in this bag, because actually that stitch marker was on it long before it actually found a home in this bag. Just a fun little fact for you. I think, guys, we got through all the projects really fast. Oh, and I do, since I didn't share this last time, I actually have not worked on this at all in like the last month and a half. But this is where I'm at. This is in the color Mother Forking Shirt Balls from Rebel Pearl, which is a merino nylon, and it is in my Autism Awareness puzzle bag, which is a Silver Shed USA bag, but I won from Pen Hook and Needles, which actually that Autism Awareness for this year has just ended. But see, let's see, how close can I get? It kind of has this little cable pattern. That's kind of what I'm trying to do with it. That's how that side of it looks. And this has a boomerang heel flap and turn, and I think it technically uses a German short rows, and I kind of stalled out on trying to figure that out. So I started the second sock, and then I haven't looked at it. I just got out of the sock making mood, and I've been row counting. This was a gift I also received with that same yarn, and it's stuck. Come on. Sorry, guys. I didn't pull this out first. Okay, we're just gonna have to do it because it's still stuck. I've been row counting with this row counter, which was supposed to be in your March monthly mail day that I never got up. Come on. Okay, well, it's stuck on the yarn. But I've been using this, and how I've been doing it, because I first started with actually putting this on the project and moving it, but I found that it was really, really heavy for sock projects. So I've actually, which I don't know why it's not on, oh, probably because they're all on my projects now. I've just been using these stitch markers when I need it, and marking the stitches for when I get, because this has a 12 round repeat, so I'll get all the way to 10 and then I'll just double up. So I'll have a circle going for 2 rounds. But yeah, I've had a lot of success with being able to row count with that, especially since I was doing a thing with such a long repeat. It was nice to not have to track it quite as closely. But yeah, guys, I think that's all the crafting fun I have for you today. I wanted to give a shout out. I actually was kind of ranting and raving, ranting on my Facebook, and one of my fellow blind friends from my childhood sent me a link to, I believe it's one of her friends, which is DMadeCrochet. And so if you guys would like to go discover her, she is also a blind crocheting artist, and she is actually doing videos to help you learn how to crochet and things and how to make stitches, and trying to be ultra descriptive. And that's something I've definitely planned on doing on here, but I've never gotten around to because, as you see, my life's a wee bit busy with the 4 kids and all and all the other pandemic things going on, so that's never gotten done. So I highly encourage you to go over and check out D, as in the letter D, Made Crochet. And there was another and newer blind podcaster that I found from DOY, but I can't remember. I'll have to look it up. Maybe I'll come back to you guys after I look that up in just the narrative mode instead of in video format. Alright guys, so here are your corrections and other musings that I thought of after I finished recording. There will be still a short little closer video at the end of this and a funny little video. So stay tuned. Anyways, so the channel that I was trying to think of was BlindStitchIsCreationsInc. And the colorway, the ultraviolet colorway, was not April. It was April was the first month that I had received the Fiber of the Month subscription box, and it was one of the boxes before that. I don't know if it was February or March, but March I believe was a Lucky Charms that year. So I think it might have been with the Lucky Charms, or it might have been back in February. I just can't remember. I'm pretty sure that January that year was something more plain. I watched a lot of the unboxing videos for it before I started to buy it, so I do know that some of the months before what they were, but you know, 2 years ago is becoming very faded in my memory. Anyways. So just a little musing that I thought I'd share with you was, I know there is a lot of uproar again with Ravelry. What is it with Ravelry and this time of the year and just making total upset in everyone's lives? But yeah, I just found it so interesting because the first thing I heard of was how these changes that Ravelry made with their new color scheme and logos and everything was how it was no longer accessibility friendly. I don't want to burst your bubbles, guys, but it's actually just as accessibility friendly, if not more accessibility friendly. I know that part of that is because I use inverted colors, so all these bright colors and graphics everyone else is seeing is something that I don't deal with anyways, but I've actually been able to find my messages easier, and I don't know, it's basically the same for me. I do feel for anyone that is having the migraine issues and the few people that have seizure issues. I mean, that's really, wow, I really do feel badly for you, but it's just amazing how people just are in an uproar and, oh, we have to change things right now because you can't use it. But if I go to a website and I can't use it, well, that's okay. You can just find a way around it, is usually what I hear. And yeah, I just thought that was a little interesting tidbit that I'd share with you, because Ravelry is just as accessible for the blind and visually disabled that use assistive technology as it was before. Now, Etsy, on the other hand, has done the stuff before that has made things that they've done almost completely unusable. But yeah, my screen reader stuff still all works. My inverted colors still work, and so I'm using it just as easily as I had before. But again, I am not really using Ravelry super consistently because the main thing I go on it for is either cows or for the preemie project. So that's basically the only things I'm doing currently over on Ravelry. And now we'll go ahead and go back to the video mo. So anyways, guys, I hope you have been enjoying yourself. I know this is kind of a quick, not very personable video, but hopefully I'll add a little more narration to this for your little more chatty time. But if you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you could hook the like button and subscribe. Talk to you later, guys. This is yarn, and what'd you do with it?
Spin it just like the spin.
Did you help spin this?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And this
What's your part of spinning?
Get the button.